Wow, I'm kind of surprised I haven't done this one yet. Pros and cons of titanium body piercing jewelry. Coming up next on Pros and Cons by Piercer, Season 2, Episode number 66. For those that are new to the body piercing and tattooing channel, welcome to the channel. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Hope you're finding them helpful and useful, but you might not know who this character is. My name is DaVo. I'm a professional body piercer and have been since 1994. I own and operate the Axiom Body Piercing Studio located right here inside Skin Kitchen Tattoo in the lovely city of Des Moines. Now, this is a really common question. What material is best for blah, blah, blah piercing? I get this in the comments a lot. And I guess I really don't talk about it all the time when I go through the pros and cons stuff on individual piercings where most of those comments start. Titanium is probably one of the best options, and we're going to go into the reason why here in a little bit. For those that are unaware, titanium is, yes, it is an element, but what we're going to be using for body piercing jewelry and etc. and implants and everything that's used out there, this label titanium is actually an alloy. Pure titanium would be very, 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 very expensive, and I'm not quite sure just how usable it would be. I'm not really that familiar. I'm not a metallurgist. So let's get into the pros, the advantages, the things that make us go, yeah, that's what we want. Pro number one of the most biocompatible materials that is available in body piercing today. It has absolutely no nickel in it. If you have metal sensitivity, it is generally your best option. Usually the top four are always going to be, of course, glass, 14 karat gold or better, solid, not filled, and nickel-free, or niobium. Basically, out of those three, the easiest to find, probably the least expensive and consistently inexpensive, is probably going to be titanium. Now on to number two. It is extremely durable. Titanium has a lot of strength to it. It does hold up very well. It doesn't scratch easy, doesn't break easy, and you can have, if you have one of those people that puts jewelry in and just leaves it in, it's a good option because you can probably have that for the next 20, 30 years without any issues. Number three, anodizing. For those who are not familiar with anodizing, I did do a video on that, a couple of them actually. Anodizing is where we change the color of the jewelry. We do this through magic. Well, the magic of science. Basically, we put it in an electrolyte bath and then apply different levels of voltage to that. And it changes the color or oxidizes the surface to change how the light reflects and thus changes the color. You can do roughly about 20 different colors. It's kind of standard, but you can do everything in between those colors as far as shading. And also you can do multiple colors. Kind of already mentioned this, but it is more affordable than gold, obviously. For example, let's say a 18 gauge 3/8 hinge ring. That's probably going to run you anywhere from $5 to $10 at most studios. In titanium, that same piece in 14 karat gold, it's going to probably start about $100, $150, and go up from there. So it is very inexpensive by comparison. Now, it is generally more expensive than stainless surgical steel, but not that much more. And number five, it is lighter than other material. It is lighter than gold. It's lighter than surgical stainless steel. So it makes a better option on piercings that don't do well with heavy jewelry. You can also get more elaborate jewelry in piercings that normally if you put something in there in steel, it's going to weigh it down so much, it's going to cause issues not only during the healing, but even afterwards. So it's a lot lighter and a lot easier to work with when it comes from that standpoint. Now let's move on to the cons and disadvantages, the things that make us go, yeah, I don't know about that. Number one, the polish is duller than it is on other materials, meaning it kind of has a grayish or more grayish tone to it. It isn't quite as mirrored as stainless steel is going to be, or gold. It doesn't have that depth. So it does have a tendency to be kind of a little bit more duller looking. I would say more in the aluminum area, kind of towards that, than you're going to have with steel. Number two, it is extremely rigid and it is very hard to bend. Now, this may come into, this really doesn't isn't really a big problem unless you're dealing with jewelry that you have to remove by bending or adjusting, maybe expanding or contracting, like large gauge, catchy bead rings, beaded rings, seamless rings, anything where you got to bend it, you're going to probably have issues and you're definitely going to need tools to do it. Also, it makes it very difficult to make L-bends and nostril screws. It's a little bit more difficult than it would be with implant-grade steel, which is softer. Number 3, 0.6% of the general population is believed to have some form of allergy to titanium. Even though it is one of the most biocompatible materials that we have available to us, there are those out there that are allergic to it, and oftentimes they have no clue they're allergic to it until problems start to present themselves. The other issue with allergies is that it often presents itself, the body puts off the same signs as it does for infection. So it can be kind of difficult to diagnose exactly what's going on and come up with a solution. Number 4, regardless of where you get the jewelry at, regardless of who pierces you, regardless of any certification you may bring into the office, in almost every case, a medical professional is going to make you remove that jewelry for any type of medical procedure or tests, anything involving magnets and etc. Even though this stuff is the same stuff they use, the same material they use for hip replacements and screws in your arm and all that fun stuff, the medical industry does not want to say that, oh yeah, that's fine, because it is. So they generally tell you you have to remove it before the procedure. So there's no magic pass on that. About the only material that I know that's going to get the magic pass is glass. Plastic, probably too, but I don't advise putting plastic in your body. Number 5, the last one. There are different grades of titanium alloy. Just like every other material that we work with, there are differences in the quality of the material. There is always a possibility, because there's no way of knowing the difference without third-party certification, that the material is not body compatible standard, is not implant grade, it is not what you want. And there's no way of knowing without the third-party verification one way or another. In most cases, most reputable piercers will not stock things that aren't third-party certified. So you're pretty safe in those cases. But if you're buying things online, if you're buying things at Amazon, whether or not it's going to be implant-grade titanium is always a questionable possibility that it isn't. So what are your experiences with titanium jewelry? Please comment. Let us know. Till next time, here's hoping all your piercings heal with ease without a single issue. And if you're in the Des Moines, Iowa area, I hope to see your body piercing needs in the future. Have a good day, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.